See, your man suited up in that. Because today we're going Vatican City, bro. And they go to the most prestigious church in the world. Small country, but prestigious and religious. Okay, let's get back to the trading. So here was one of the craziest ping pong like market opening, like one of the most craziest Monday that I don't see a strong narrative both on each side. Normally on Monday it would just be like a reversal, um, or like some sort of trying to reach liquidity from retail trader. Not smart money really don't like to get involved into Monday. That's from my experience. But today we kind of saw it. Alright, so first what we do, we mark out the levels. So red is our 4 hours. Um, the white lines are 1 hour. Blues are the dailies, and the purple are the weeklies. I think I have a purple. Yeah, purple's a weekly. That's all time high as well. So let me talk you through the 4 hour PDRAs. Here it is. So here is the first thing. Internal February gap, internal liquidity 4 hour February gap, and the internal liquidity 4 hour order block over here. This one is the nearest to our price at that time, so we needed to pay a good amount of attention to it. Apart from that, nothing else really caught my eyes. Nothing else really caught my eyes. So yeah, we marked out our levels, and we came to see which liquidity was swept before market open. So as we saw at what? Oh no, here at 7:43 in the morning, uh, the 4 hour, no, the daily low, the previous day low was swept. Now that's created our first little, the daily, what's it called? Daily rules or something. You know, when every day we have to sweep either the highs or the lows of the thingy, the daily candle. So this was swept at 7 a.m. It was swept at 7 a.m. So we might be trading intraday today, or we might be going down. We don't really know, but it give us some sort of information um about there was liquidity at that level. As we saw a good reaction to the upside over here as price swept and reacted quite well to the upside. However, it formed a bearish trend, and yeah, it was purely just, I think in Asian session, it was purely like a normal bearish trend to the downside. Um, I mean, as we expected from the bulls last week, because the previous candles from the last week was really bullish over here. This one. So the first move would be always be not always be, but it should always be the reversal of the last week candle, just to balance price out. You know what I mean? However, we saw at the lowest point a clear reversal over here, but it's not a clear PDRA hit. So basically, it would just like a normal reversal when price hit like a certain point. It's not really PDRA involved, so not really smart money move. So they were not loading up their position early, if you get what I'm saying. They they were not loading up their positions early. Yeah, so they were not expecting bullish movement. Anyways, so we go back to our market open. This is where I really use my brain power. Like, it was really crazy. The 4 hour high should have not been this, but it was not a swing high. So we'll move the 4 hour high up here, and saw smart money really try to move it at the first few minutes. So we're 4 hour high taken out immediately after open, and this first candle as well, we need to watch. We need to actually dig deep to see what type of information it gave us. So the first move is bullish, um, purely purely off a reaction from the bears of the pre-market, as we talked about. It was a clear bearish movement, but the first move was a bullish movement due to the fact that they were thinking that they are in a discounted price. Normally, if I were to be extremely bullish on the market, I would be happy to go into market open and buy a lot. So here's our break, and we need to pay close attention to this 4 hour order block up here. As price did not really sweep, and I was thinking price would get to this level and reacted really strongly to the downside. Um, I think it was the what's it called, the resting orders. It was not really all the way up here. Some people would place their orders here to get in early, and the volumes here were quite high, so it gave a good reaction to the downside. So that is where smart money kind of sensed something, and they would want to push the market all the way to the order block to sweep some levels, and thus we saw a really good reaction to the downside. Every time, if you watch my channel, every time we see a smart money move, we would mark out the order blocks right before that move. So here we marked out the order block or the breakers block in the sense of each side. It might go both ways. Okay, so we would pay really good attention to this. However, this would really be a good stop hunt. Uh, if we can disregard this side of the thingy, we would look at this as a good stop hunt if the smart money people want to go short. Because if they can wreck this price, they would have a lot more money in their liquidity pool to go all the way down. If it's really hard to say, but if they can wreck this level, they would eliminate all the bears in the market, right? They would eliminate all the bears in the market, and they would um, tap. They could tap into more liquidity up here since it's a very large 4 hour order block, right? So there might be resting orders up here, up here. We don't know, but if they can break this level, they can be in full control of the market. If you don't get it, just write in the comment. I'll explain it. Okay, so after the 4 hour order blocks liquidity sweep, we saw a juicy BPR. BPR is a balanced price range. Is where an inverse fairly gap and a normal fairly gap overlaps. So this is a juicy BPR if we want to short. So we needed to watch it closely. All right. Okay, so this breakers block or order block, it didn't give any clear in terms of in terms of direction. Okay, so as price disrespected this level, this order block, it came down to this level, which is the 1 hour low, and it did not even sweep it. You see it here? It literally created a double bottom, which mean it could perfectly be used for the perfect liquidity levels, liquidity draw. You get what I'm saying? Is the 1 hour low and a double bottom overlap. So that is where I'm looking at. Alright. So as I saw this, I was like, okay, let's see if they're gonna hunt the stop. If they don't hunt the stop, I'm not getting in. That's retail traders in control of the market. Alright. So as price came down here and created this little fair value gap, I would really want to watch this the reaction of the balanced price range. Okay, so first of all, it as soon as it hit, it didn't really give a reaction. Okay, as soon as it hit here, it didn't give a like a strong red candle to the downside. It gave a wick and formed a fair value gap. So the next thing we would look for is the reaction of the fair value gap. As price hit up here, like a more better price balanced price range BPR level, it showed some bearish movement, but it showed another good reaction of the February gap, of the bullish February gap. And we would not want to enter anywhere around this area because it showed uncertainty. It showed that nobody is in control. So if we get into here, it could go both way, as we saw it. It could go all the way up, all the way down. We are not sure yet. However, as price disrespect the BPR, price doesn't always have to respect the BPR. By the way, it depends if the bullish or the bearish narrative aligns with the BPR. But basically, we hit our jackpot if price hit the stop hunt. Alright, so if when price hit the stop hunt, you could give like a little scalp to the downside because it is quite clear that the smart money would really eat at this level. By eat, I mean like they would make a lot of money off this level. Okay. However, they create a really strong imbalance over here. This imbalance means that a lot of bear, a lot of bears did not get in on time. If we wanted to scalp it, a lot of bears did not get in on time. And the smart money people, of course, they're greedy. They would want to go all the way back, leverage off this level, and make a lot more money if when price go all the way down. You get what I'm saying? So, for example, all these positions, there would be spots level, right? And when they see the kind of family gaps, something like this, and a lot of resting orders that were not been filled, they would be really greedy, and they would want to leverage off of that level, so they would earn like a lot more money to the way down. The reason we enter here was that we got our all our bias confirmed, a stop hunt confirmed, um, 4 hour order block, swept twice, and our February gap in the OCE zone, right, around this 50% to 78% discount zone and a slight BPR. So if this is like February gap, either February gaps after February gaps, and if you move into the 3 minute time frame, you would see that it is actually a BPR. The reason I call it a slight BPR is because there are imbalances over here, but it's not all together. All right, it's more like a trend, like a choppy feather gaps. So basically, uh, either way, if we kind of put our limit order here, or if we get, go in again like here, we would profit more than one RR. I personally would leave my limit order here and my stop over here, just to be like pre proper sure. I've seen like aggressive traders, they leave the stop loss here and they would make like 4 or 5 R, but I really want to be disciplined. I want to win a lot. I don't just want to do gamble. You get what I mean? So I mean I wouldn't say it's gamble, man. I think the people that actually do it, they don't want to say it's gamble. They have clear insights in the market. But yeah, as we talked about this level, the 1 hour low aligning with the double bottom, and yeah, that's a 1.8 RR. Again, we are not here to make a lot of R's. We're not here to gamble. We're not here for the fun of the market. We are here to not lose. If you don't lose, you will be profitable regardless. And this review showed that if retail traders wanted to trade on this day and not being patient until everything was swept, until until a bias is confirmed, you would get wrecked because look at this trend, like up and down, up and down, up and down, ping pong, like it was crazy. Right. So my rule of thumb now was to be patient and to see if everything is confirmed. That's probably it. Today, there's no news today. Check tomorrow if there's anything. F1 meeting minutes. Minutes are not that really. It's not like the straight news, just like a report. It's not that deep. Um, bullish. I mean, the crypto market is a bit down, but I'm quite happy it's down at the moment. As we talked about the Ethereum February gap, let me tell you again, as we talked yesterday, the Ethereum February gaps, it did not hit the February gap, so I'm not loading my lump sum in. But if it at any time it does hit this level, I'll get in. Uh, Apart from that, I'm just still DJing in. Okay, so today it was kind of a was a day to for retail to lose. Alright, but if we stay patient and watch the smart money movement, we would eventually win. But anyway, I'm gonna have to cut. I'm gonna have to go back to Kansas City and be a bit religious. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy the vibe. So peace out.